Welcome back, Minecraft fans. I'm greeting you today from some unfamiliar surroundings. That's because we're in a brand new world in modded Minecraft 1.12.2, and the mod that we've loaded up is this one right here, Aztektopia, the better, extremely better villagers mod from Tango Tech. And I can't wait. I've set up a tiny little starter base hole here in the ground, and I just want to show off. Got my enchanting room here and my cactus farm here. But anyway, I got my starter base hole here, but we are going to be leaving these shores post haste and taking all these materials over to where we need to start our village. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Aztektopia mod, then I really suggest going and checking that out on YouTube, because there's a lot of material out there, and it'll explain way more than I plan on doing. But I do plan on just kind of fumbling my way through the actual playing of this game. The idea is you take a village and you start it with an architect and a city planner. And you build buildings, you assign them special values, and then villagers populate that. And you give the villagers roles, and they build stuff and collect stuff and trade with other villagers. And, the blacksmiths make armor for the guards who protect the farmers while they're picking crops, which get food for everybody. Anyway, it's like SimCity, right? But in Minecraft with much better villagers. Alright, did I say I was going in the wrong direction? Yeah, I was completely off. I was going the opposite way, and would have kept on going for quite a while if it hadn't been for that temple. Anyway, here is the land that I've hand-picked for this mission, to make an epic city and fill it with epic villagers all doing their jobs and hopefully being protected and making families and not just dying and losing right out of the gate. We can at least go a few episodes before we lose. In episode 1, I want to make a town hall, signified by this one here, town hall, there you go, and a storage room, like that. And then I think I'll call it good. Ooh, that was refreshing. We do not need to start this journey off, by being blown up or attacked or shot at, especially when your armor looks like this. But anyway, we're going to build our starter town hall and storage center, and I've got a good idea for it, and it'll also set the tone for this whole village. Now I want you to be able to picture this, so I'm going to get up high again. The build style that I'm going to be attempting for this, and it really was inspired by this terrain when I found it, and you can kind of see a little bit of lava over there. There'll be more of that. What I'm going to go for is ancient Mesoamerican culture, like heavily inspired by the Inca and Maya build styles, and see where we go with that. It's going to be cold and mountainous, so not really jungle, temple like the Maya, but definitely something like the Incan Empire. So without further ado, let's kick this off into my very first time lapse featuring the replay mod and get something awesome built. So to start this off, I thought I'd talk a little bit about what's going through my head as I'm coming up with the design. This is not something that I planned beforehand, so you'll see it come to life, real time, on the screen in front of you. As you can see, I've laid out some white wool to make the foundation of our town center. And now I've started building with green terracotta and blue terracotta, light blue terracotta. To be a splash of color, because otherwise, as you can see, there's going to be a lot of stone here, and then a little bit of spruce wood just to add in some of the wood tones. Now it's going to be big, so I went through a couple of ideas for how big it would be, but I settled on about this size, and as you can see, it's kind of hanging over the cliff on the far side, so it might be a little too big, but it leaves us enough room on the inside. And I just copy that design to the four corners before figuring out what I'm going to do for the walls, which is the next challenge. I wanted to take that green and blue accent and extend it up So I came up with this sort of staircase design, and I liked it a lot. But now you'll see that it doesn't quite fit. It needs to be moved. It doesn't look good from the front. It doesn't fit in the space. Should I make the entire thing bigger? Or how am I going to fit this in? And I decided finally to move it back one, narrow the interior of this build by 2 blocks, one on either side, and that it would finally fit and it would look good. So then I copied that to all the other sides, and the last thing to do was figure out what goes in the corner. Yellow terracotta looks nice. And welcome back. So you might have noticed that what I built was sort of not a complete building, or if it was one of those buildings that gets really cold at night because it's missing some walls. But that's because there's big plans for this. Oh, it's also missing a ceiling. But trust me, it's going to get bigger and grander as the episode goes on and works out. And this is just the first level, but this is going to be our storage room. So if you can imagine walking in here and finding chests on both sides, then you can imagine what it's going to be like for the villagers who inhabit our awesome little village. So the reason these walls aren't done is because, first things first, we need to put in some stairs. And I'm not exactly sure where they should start, but I'm thinking maybe right about here, so that they come out a little ways. What do you think? Okay, I'm going to amend that statement and say that they should start actually back here. That way they have a wall to go against, and basically want to build up this stairway so that it leads to the next level. Of course, that's what stairs do. And on the next level, is where we will build our town hall. So we'll have the storage room and the town hall, and then on top of that, just some kind of decorative thing. But basically, we'll have this 3-tiered structure, and I want this to be right in the middle of the city. So let's get up here, and you can just imagine it. Different buildings, important houses, and that sort of thing off in either direction. And right here, accessible from all sides, the storage room, and on top of it, the town hall, which villagers don't really need to access the town hall. In fact, I don't think there's any reason for that at all. I need to access the town hall just to buy tokens and buy, what else do I buy? I'm not actually sure. I should probably look that up. But there should be no need for villagers to come up here. So it's okay if it's a little bit hard to access. But that ought to do it. And let me put a wall on this. Oh, let me make some blocks here. Should have been prepared. Shame on me. Let's see. A little bit like that. Probably make this really high like that. And then cap it off. Do you like this kind of look here? What do you think? Very cool. And of course, you can imagine this goes up to this level and then goes up one higher to the very tippy top of the end. Repeat it over there, which I will do presently. All right, so I'm showing this off because I think it's important to recognize that on the way to, making an awesome building or something in Minecraft or any piece of art or craft, you get it wrong a few times. And so this looks, all right, looks passable, but I don't like it, so I'm going to change it. So I just wanted this record to show that I gave it a good go and I didn't just stick with my first attempt. I'm going to see if I can make it better, and I definitely think I can. So we'll see what I come up with when I'm ready to finalize it. Yeah, I think I nailed it. No, it's not much of a departure from our original theme here, but I think it fits perfectly. Anyway, without further ado, let's kick this off into another time lapse to finish up the second and third parts. And don't expect too much from this time lapse. It's going to be kind of freestyled. It's going to be entirely freestyled. I have no idea what this other level is going to look like. So good luck. See you on the other side. Well, it may not be pretty or magnificent or gorgeous or even finished, but when I come back from a mining session, I love seeing it off in the distance. For the centerpiece for our town, I think it's perfect. I think it'll be fun. You'll be able to see it from everywhere, and it just looks, powerful and just awesome and kind of ancient and just so cool. Like, I would explore this if this were anywhere near my backyard. I would be out exploring it every day. So I put in a roof since the last time, and roofs are very important in Techtopia in order to designate what are buildings. So this interior here counts as a building now that it has doors and a roof, or a door and a roof. And so I'm going to make one of these the official door. And then this one counts as a structure as well because it has doors and a roof. And like I said, that's very important. Otherwise, I'd probably just leave these as doorways without doors because they don't look great like that. And you can imagine ancient ruins, or before they were ruined, wouldn't have had doors. But hey, it's part of the game, and it's going to look awesome either way. And it won't impede villagers going in because they'll just open the door. So no problem there. And of course, the last thing to do is add tier number 3, the final tier, the tier we've all been waiting for. And I'm thinking just a square something or other on here. But that is really small. I would want to make it 5 by 5 if I could. But let's see, we're just not going to have space for that. Oh, we are. Oh, it's just the stairs. Oh, good. Here, watch this. We'll move this one over here. I just put it right back where it was. We'll move this one over here. And there we've got our 5 by 5. Yeah, this is going to be real simple here. Let me just make this up here. Decide on a height. Everything else has been 3, so that's good. We'll put some of these here. Like that. And a little bit like this. I think is good. Another one of these. And then some of these. And actually, probably bring it out one more this time. Yeah, this will be a little bit different. But I think this will be cool. Go like this. And like this on each corner. Have it come on sticking out. And probably, maybe even a little bit of this. Let's try this out and just see how it looks. And then do one big one here. And I'm intending to put cobblestone walls on it as well to sort of match everything else we got. So let's do that and see how it looks. And for the full effect, we should probably put in the terracotta as well, which was planned for this part here. Oh, the difference being that this doesn't come out. I could do this also, which is something I've been doing for the other portions, but then it wouldn't work with the stairs here, that's for sure. Like, is something wrong with this picture? Yep. Although I do kind of like how it looks. And I wouldn't want to just dispense with the cobblestone walls, or just do something half measure like that, which you can still walk under. No. I'm gonna have to think this through. I like the size, but with the stairs there, the positioning is just not perfect, not ideal. The other thing that I wanted to do is throughout the time that I'm mining here, throughout the series, put in all of our riches as installments in the structures that we make. And since I only have 2 gold blocks, we'll start with 2 gold blocks. But I think that could look cool, show off a little wealth. And it's kind of a harsh yellow, and we've got that nice toned down orange there, and that kind of the toned down green. But I also want to put emeralds in these spaces here, so I think it'll look alright in the long run. And of course it doesn't look great on the top, so we'll fix that by throwing in some pressure plates up there. Like that. Not too bad. Like I said, emeralds here, probably with pressure plates on top of them. I think it should look alright. I think it would add a little bit of a lived-in feel, like somebody actually takes pride in this and it's not just derelict. But we do have to talk about the interiors here. So for a town hall, you don't need much. Probably make it look good with some carpets and some chairs and maybe some kind of a table. But for the storage room, it has, function. And so it's really important that there's lots of chests for storage, but also a couple of workbenches, I think. Like a crafting table I know is important. We're in 112, so there aren't any of the villager workstations, but I know that you need a crafting station and maybe an anvil or a furnace. Yeah, I think you need a furnace. So, but I've got plenty of spaces for chests down these wings and not much space for anything down here. So we'll have to work on that too. How's that for a third tier? Not too shabby, and this whole thing is unique, right? It's not exactly one style. It's not anything you've seen in a textbook or anything. And oh man, that is cool. I love just looking up at it, and it just keeps going up. And these stairs are fun to run up and down. So in the end, I went with a little bit of wood and some cobblestone, and for the stairs, I just cut it off. And it's not that bad, and there was just no saving it. And I like it more than I don't. And I added a little ladder up to the tippy top where we can store all of our riches when we're done using them. I think we'll kick off this, send off this series by putting all of our earnings in emerald. Hopefully we have some. Oh yeah, and I had an idea that I think will completely change this this floor. Really make it come together, and that is simple, but I think important. And so, well, how about right here? I'm just going to wing it on the location, but just add a little of that. I mean, like, it's really nothing, but I'm going to do 3 more of those and step back and take a look. I think that's going to make a big difference, because it's true. Right now, it doesn't really look like anything's going on here, and we want it to look like it's gotten a little bit of attention. So let me show you what I've done for the inside here. Whoa. It's not done. I'll do something similar to these wings, but for the storage I've got here a bunch of double chests. We got almost 20, so 18 double chests. I think that's good. 2 crafting benches. I'll look and see if I need furnaces. I think I probably do, so then I'll work that into this side. But I also did some decorative stonework for the roof, which takes forever, I will say. And there's not as many choices in 1.12. So you have to be creative sometimes, which is the whole point, being creative. But it's time to make this official. So let's take this, which is apparently our main entrance. Let's put our item frame here, and it can go on the sides, but it can also go right there and preserve symmetry and add storage. Oh, and it's not going to do anything. Oh, it is. Oh yeah, see, no, it goes away. It's not active, and that's because we're not in a town yet. Because until you place down a town hall, you don't even have a town. So that's going to be next. We'll take this and make this the main door. By the way, there's nothing inside. Well, doesn't need to be. And officially make this the town of, I don't know, don't have a name. Bam! Doesn't look much different, but we are now inside a town, and in here are soon to be, hopefully, I think this is a valid structure. Here we go. We have a tradesman and an architect. Awesome. That sounds like a Lewis Carroll poem. The tradesman and the architect. But anyway, we have a valid town hall, a valid town, and that should mean that our storage, yes, our storage area is actually our storage area. So while we don't have any villagers, they will start to come, and we can give them trades with the tradesmen and make them part of our village, and of course build them a house and build them a place to work and do all of our fancy things and start to get those sweet, sweet emeralds that we've heard so much about. Can't wait to do all of that, but it will have to wait until the next episode. Big things coming. Make sure you stay tuned until then.